Yo, welcome back to the GameChat Podcast, man. Me and my co-host Ethan here. As you guys already know, another episode. Episode what, 4? I think it's episode 4.
Yeah.
Today we have a very, very special guest on the podcast. I almost say in the building, but yeah. I have a very, very special guest on the podcast. He's a father, an artist, an athlete.
There you go. Oh. That's true.
Dude, I guess so much more I can say, man. But I know the man from long. I know the man from baseball days, Little League. Man play all type of sports, and man, one of the better baseball players I ever see in my life. None other than my boy, Yohance, man.
Yes, I don't know. Give thanks. Bless up.
Going on.
You don't know. Kind of overshoot with that baseball, we come with a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, boy. Let's be honest. We come with a lot of batsmen, my boy. I was like, bat on top 20.
Nah, man was bad. For our time, man was bad.
Even for our time, but we had some class, man.
That's facts, boy. And you just one of them, dog. Just accept it, dog. Gotta take the crown.
Wait. So who are better, Charlotte or Kim?
Charlotte.
All right.
See?
And you admit that just so. Wow.
Yeah, boom, you know what I mean? You take slap, you take cuff, you gotta say when you take them, you check. But I could tell you this much. They could never say I cow or I back down.
Facts.
Sure.
I don't throw them man in single-handedly. Ask them, man. I don't stand and among and walk them, man. And like my boys, they are coming and finish it off. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man. Never used to play work, kid.
Hey, so, we get Yohance right here, author, on the pod. First of all, I want to ask you how, when you post about your book, Monday, it was earlier.
It was Monday.
Earlier
I think
this week.
that was, earlier this week, it was Monday. I think it was July the 24th or something like that.
So how the love been? How the love been? The feedback,
man,
everything from
crazy.
First start from what you were expecting. Your little nerves, your little second guesses about yourself. We are creators, so we all have that little second guess. So touch on that, and then touch on the real love and how you feel.
Alright, well, starting out, I have to bring up my dad KJ for KJ Designs. Check him out on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But at first, I was more than just nervous. You check, because when you publishing a book, self-publishing a book, you all on your own. Use your own engine, use your own marketer, use your own everything. You check. So, I was solely relying on the people on my Facebook and the people that I know to support me and support what I'm doing. And I had a big engine of the government or the publisher behind me, like with my first book. You check? So, yeah, I was pretty nervous. I was pretty scared. And realistically, I dropped the book by a mistake.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Premature. Yeah.
Dropped the book, my partner. I've been, getting everything ready. You know what I'm saying? And, as I tell you, my partner, KJ, he was like, all right, just start to pour out little things, but don't pour anything out to the public. Just start to get ready. So I'm like, all right, cool. Gone, uploading the different artworks that we had do, and I uploading it to my cover, my cover for Facebook. And I plain forget when you upload it to your cover, it don't just change it on your cover, it also drop it in your timeline that you change it that. So when I upload the thing and I change it, I start fiddling with other stuff, and he like, man, you dropped the book. I said, what you talking about? The man, he said, about check the timeline, and man, you dropped the book. I said, nah, man, you dropped the book, went to the timeline, book starring, people done hitting up the website. So I said, what? He said, what you gonna do? I said, man, so up the road, let me go there. I go
down the road, man.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta do it. Sometimes there ain't nothing to it. Just do it. Yeah.
Facts.
So you said it's your second book.
Yeah.
So how's the first one? What's the name of the first book?
The name of the first book is Brunansi and Sisiwana. It was a good book. That book I wrote in dialect, and this book that I actually recently, or that I just released, that is standard English.
Okay.
And what's the name of that one? For the people.
The name of that book is Anansi and Mangoes.
Got you. And you had a publisher for the first one? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I had a publisher for the first one, yeah. But I had to go without a publisher for the second one. I had to.
What lead you that direction? Go solo.
It's just like an artist, you know what I'm saying? When you give away your rights, your royalties, and all of those stuff, you get exactly what you get. Exactly what you give away is what you don't get. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but also at the same time, a lot of the stress and the hard work and a lot of the thought and the worrying that I had, I didn't have with the publishing with the publisher. And it was an easy in to get my first award as an author with my first book. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because he would, you know what I mean? He done had everything planned. He had done that story. So he was like real adamant about doing this thing with me. And I just see him drop a book a year ago with Dr. Louis Baptiste. I was like, sure. You know what I mean? It took me a while to sign the contract because, you know what I'm saying? Ellie wife, you read it over and she was like, I don't know, you know. Like, you know, it's a good thing, but really and truly, you know what I mean? You giving up a lot to what you gain, but it was just a standard payment that might hit me off, and like that I already make more than what I had get paid for my first book.
That learning curve needed though. You need that pain. You need that pain. Like you lose, you give away too much creative genius. It's like,
I did.
A rob, and then you gonna never do that. That'll never happen again. That's your baby. No, you know. Fool me once.
Before I ask the next question, dog, I can't remember if I had tell you like what the purpose of the podcast was and all of that. So just to get out of the way quick, the purpose we made this podcast really and truly to shed light on VI artists, and by artists we mean rappers, singers, photographers, any kind of art you're doing. You use an artist, use an arter, like anything VI. We just come here to shed some light on it. Hopefully more VI people could give some recognition, or whoever come on here just give them some recognition, or even people over the world, not just VI, you know. So that was the whole point of that was the main point of the podcast.
Okay. Gotcha.
That sound dope. That sound dope.
But for your
forget your question.
Yeah, dog. Don't forget the question, dog. Okay, you say you did this book solo. So how your publisher for the first one, did he approach you or you approached him?
He approached me.
So how?
See me telling. Okay. How he approached me is I was working for cultural education, and at the time I was conducting a storytelling academy where I was teaching between teachers and students how to tell stories, and I set up an event and we had a debut, and they were telling stories and I ended up telling stories with them, you know, just to keep the audience going and what's that. And I actually weaved a story in front of them with I think I could still do it, but I used to be able to do this thing with I could get people to kind of put a story together. Basically, I used to do this thing with I could get everybody to give me one part of the story. Everybody would give me a piece of the story, and I'll put the whole story together.
Wow.
Right there on the spot in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was like sharp in memory. So it was almost like a cool game. I used to go to the junior high. I even did it in high school, and them kids were like amazed when I did it in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have been amazed too.
And I used to amaze myself too. Yeah, my boy, real talk.
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
That's like a freestyle, basically. But yeah, man, and I do it out there, and when I do it, he was just like, he give me his business card and start pressing me about it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, when somebody pressure up about something that sounds really good, it's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, okay, everything sounding too good to be true, but it's sounding good. And then the man started popping up on my job. I mean, in culture, He was writing books about culture, but he started popping up on the job a couple times and like pressed me up about it some more. So I like, all right, well let's see what we could do, and from there I started working with him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get pressed up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
So wait, this wasn't in Iraq. This was in Bob.
Nah, this one you remember
Wow.
everything.
So all right,
I
let me start from the top. How the man get?
I launched my book in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how the man get into start writing books though, or how you get into storytelling?
Oh, that's Glenn Kwabena Davis.
Okay.
That's my mentor. That's the guy who teach me everything I know about storytelling. Train me up and help me become better and better and better, and then just kind of give me all the encouragement and inspiration and tell me go with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Continue it. Do what you gotta do with it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's what got me through college. That's what gave me my couple dollars to buy my noodles every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Used to make $100 an hour once I go out and tell stories.
That's dope, dog. I know Kwabena personally because he go to my church, dog, and he always been a culture man, you check? So big up Kwabena, man. He's a good man.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Man, he used to have us out there selling local drink and everything, man.
Yeah, a lot of
man. Yeah.
That's huge, though. Passing on the culture, because I don't know, because I far removed, up here in Maryland, but I've been asking some of my friends if they feel like back home they still teaching quadrille vape music, if they like still teaching the roots to the kids, because I remember in elementary, I was in a Nancy, I tell drop, like I was a Nancy in a Nancy play, 5th grade. Like that was my first time. So I actually have a question for you. So with a Nancy story, is it like a twist, or is it just a rewritten or is it your version of a Nancy story? Because I know they have different versions of a Nancy stories. And it's like, I'll say it's the same concept where he's a trickster, So is it just your twist to it, or is it like a retold version, rewritten, remastered?
Nah, this new book here is my version to it, and not my version. He's the same, Anansi, trickster, the con artist, the smart man, but I always find a way out of his situations. Nevertheless, I keep that same character, just added in a new character which is native to our island. You know what I mean? Which is Mongoose.
Yes, sir.
A lot of the kids would see and, familiarize themselves with Mongoose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, the story, you don't know. Every Anansi story have to have a plot twist. So, yeah, mine's have a plot twist.
All right. I gotta read that.
I read that book there, man.
Cause where you say native to the island, the first thing that pop in my head is Goatfoot Lady. I swear you had
all of them stuff. I think about couple time, but at the same time when you doing this, the fact that I have to step off on my own, I gotta make sure that I can market to anybody.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because what if the Virgin Islanders didn't take and accept my book with open arms like they did? You know what I mean? I would need to be able to fish it to any other market, you know what I mean? To have it thrive, or, you know what I mean, to see success in a book. But I was already able to see success in a book, and I ain't even start like the different marketing budgets that I had come up with in terms of doing sponsored ads and what's not. So it's pretty good. I feel pretty confident now, like that my people backing me.
That's
and then,
amazing.
Yeah, and people from my job seeing it, and they like even more amazed. I have a speech I gotta do for our regular meetings this Wednesday coming next week, because they're like, yo, you publish a whole book during this quarantine thing, like that's what you were doing your time. I've been doing this even when I was coming to work from last year. It just, you know what I mean? It just happened to, you know what I mean? I've been using whatever little time I had to push towards this craft. You know what I'm saying? So they're pretty amazed by it. A lot of people pretty amazed by it. And really and truly, I ain't that amazed, because I had expectations to drop 4 books within 2020.
Okay.
And I only dropped my 1. But I guess I still okay, because I at least get one off. Boy, I get more books in the chamber that I got a bad story named Anansi and the Crab
Oh
Shell.
gosh.
Thing wild. Thing, yeah, man.
I really like
He
it. Like
down, boy. Just for how the man intro the book. Yeah, bad stuff. Why? Let me read it now. Let
Yeah,
me
man.
read it now.
Don't know. Yeah, man. You don't know. You don't know how the move drop. The thing really. Once my mouth open up, story jump out for sure.
Yeah, man.
So,
That's really dope, dog. So the man, you don't live home no
yeah,
more, though?
man.
Okay,
No,
alright,
nah.
cool.
Don't live home at all. Live in Arizona now. Live in the hot state. Well, I like it, man.
See.
I like it.
That's
A
right.
surprise. Very dry. But I like it. It gives it give me like when you look outside and every day the sun up, it'll make me feel good. I don't know. Rather than you know it overcast and it cloudy and it, you know all of these different things. When I look outside and I can see the sun shining and I feel like, wow, it's a nice day, man. But when you go outside, my son, the sun touch you up, my son, yeah, you get burned up real nicely.
Wait.
Yeah, man.
So we're your mentor having such a big influence on you and your career. Do you find how do you feel about setting up little ventures for kids back home, or passing on your skill as storytelling? If you have any ideas or any hopes or dreams in the future to pass on your skills to keep the art of storytelling going.
Well, as I tell you, like I was already doing that 2 years ago when I was working for cultural education. Basically for free, I was doing it as my job. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to teach 6 other students that went on to do some pretty good things. 2 of them end up acting in a later production with cultural education called Sarah and Addie. Um, and one of them was Carnival Queen a few years back, Jaquel Michaels. So it's like you know what I'm saying?
You branching out, they see.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And my next move is to start to teach people how to become a writer and self-publish. You know what I'm saying? And I did that the other day when I did a live, and I was telling people to come and ask me whatever they got, ask me and suck up all the information that they could get from me, because it take me probably about 14 to 16 months to learn all the things I needed to learn and get a book off in a way part I didn't put myself in debt, or I wasn't a detriment to myself. I didn't ruin my craft. I didn't feel like I lose anything. So with that being said, the amount of information and knowledge I was able to learn and gain, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? For the people that also have stories or have culture that we need to document, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just me. I have a lot of people out there that have a lot of knowledge, and we could document those things from our perspective and not somebody else say like, yo, I have this. And you could, you know what I mean? You could make money off of it and not kill your audience at the same time. Like, I have this information, come and get. And I will loosen information and they were coming. So it was a good vibes. That had given me more inspiration to keep going. The fact that now I know I able to be a part of and create a community of writers and authors and whatever, you know what I mean, to continue to build. So that's a major thing, and not just learn how to self-publish, learn how to market, you know what I mean, or where to go to market, link them to the illustrator that I had, link them to the different sites that I use, how they could get a book with is print on demand, so they don't have to have a pile of books and they feel like they're in debt because they have to sell it. No, you only have to, you know
dope.
what I'm saying?
That's genius right there. That's dope. Yeah, and you giving that away for free. Free.
I giving that away for free, and I don't tell them, man. Yeah, hit me up. But I don't tell them, man, if you have a local illustrator, or if you're using like KJ Designs, which is basically my partner company, you know what I mean? If you're using my illustrator or a local illustrator and you're using KJ Designs to format your book, you get my book coaching free, straight up. I'll coach you through the whole process to get you.
I definitely gonna hit you up offline on the side, because I used to tell the homies a lot, like, I would love to write a book, And the only way that I saw like me writing a book is when I found out like you could tell your story to someone and they would basically just transcribe it for you. So I was in my head like, damn, that's how I would do a book. But now you basically is my loophole to being self-publishing, self-writing, do this album. That'd be dope.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Man, that's what I say, dog. Cause my body time, I need to cut you off.
No, you good.
That's what I say, boy. Man on the party becoming a legend, dog. I ain't so gonna like, man, you done a legend, dog. Cause guess what? A lot of man, a lot of man get information, you know. A lot of man don't want to share them information. You find a way to plug yourself in the art of the book industry. And you giving it away for free, dog. All your mistakes, everything, you just letting everybody know what to do to not make the same mistakes you make, to not get a publisher, to do it yourself, how to do it yourself. A lot of man back home probably want to write book and just don't know how to do it. And you just giving away all of it for free. That's real dope, my boy. That's real dope. I can't lie, that's real dope.
Yeah, I gain it to my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody clear.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, I ain't discriminating.
Yeah, man, but I ain't blaming you.
You know what I mean? The vibe I get.
Man.
Yeah, based on
like
the
You
vibe
go help
I
your
get
own.
from
Yeah,
you,
help
but-
your own. Yeah, help your own.
Yeah. My people got come first. Everybody else, I feel free to give everybody else afterwards. But you know what I'm saying? All the information that I get is public knowledge. Anybody could get it. Anybody could access it. Anybody could do it. You check, but it wasn't spoon fed. That was the hard part. It's like you had to go and sort for it for months. You used to spend nights up all night searching for it. I even went through a process with this book was the first one printed, and if you check it out, when you could see straight through the page. When you look at it, you know what I mean, like you could see straight through it. When the sun hit it and things like that, you could see straight through it. I was like, nah, that's no bueno. That's not good quality. You know what I mean? So I had the book with I could have pushed it out, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't like the quality. I had to go back to the drawing board when I was already there.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You at your right there. That could have killed me, my boy. And my wife had to calm me down. And you know your boy's great rappers. My wife had to calm me down.
I feel
Like,
you.
Just keep looking for you. You know what I mean? Like
Hot head. You know who you get it from, you know?
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way I ain't as bad as I used to be, but that situation riled me up. I think I get right back how I used to be. I was mad. What? You check? But that anger, as you know me too, that anger to push me to do some pretty incredible
I see the man do
things.
some
You know what I
wild
mean?
things, boy. I see some wild.
Yeah. Once I get angry, it's a different person you're dealing with, and I ain't get do so.
But that's how.
So yeah.
That's how your pops used to move too, though. Like if you ain't getting cross, the man is a nice dude, you know. Cause guess what? Caliph used to have a lot of information, you know, my boy. The man used to tell me all the time, yeah, man, Shaq, you could come down on a Saturday and teach you how to hit them ball opposite field, man. Yeah, lead with a knob. I never forget it, man. Keep telling me, lead with a knob, finish with a head.
Lead with a knob,
every time, boy.
Yeah. That's a mantra when you grow up in a household. That's a mantra. You know what I'm saying? You batting, lead with a knob, finish with a head. If you ain't can't do nothing else, you ain't gonna get nothing hit if you don't bat like that. Yeah, man. Back up the middle.
You bat the strike zone for a longer time, Shaq. I'm telling you, man. Lead with a knob. We gonna start on the team. Man had become no French tongue and all of them. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, you been a good dude, dog, boy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, go see now. Damn. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask about if you could give us, without spoiling the book, without spoiling anything for the readers and future readers, give us a little something. So
yeah, man,
what about
sure.
what about little trailer?
I like that, man. I like that. So all right. So boom, the book, right? So, boom.
Yeah, I done already.
Yeah.
But the book, right, is a real good book simply because it teaches a very valuable lesson that we are all going through right now when it comes to like COVID-19. You know what I mean? Your misfortunes and your problems that somebody or something may cause you in life could cause you to be very, very wise. It could cause you to really think. It could cause you to develop. It could cause you to be stronger on your own. You know what I mean? Everything that you can learn from all of the bad that's happening to you at the moment, you will grow from it and you will get better from it as long as you apply that knowledge that you just recently get or that lesson. So strictly that's how that book is. That's what that book
That's
teaches.
the
You
last
know what I
one.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
So,
one I just bought. Yeah, the one I
the
just
one
bought.
I copy
Nah,
immediately. That's like
Yeah.
that's my life story. That's like I think on the last podcast I was saying my favorite quote is no one knows the violence it took to become this peaceful. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you just been through so much. And basically, is now what happened to you, how you respond to it. Basically,
Exactly. Exactly. And that's
Titanic
exactly
ain't
what the
ship.
book they teach.
Yeah,
That's
Titanic
exactly
ain't
what the
sink because of water around it. Water that
hmm
can't say. You know what I mean? So
Exactly,
I
exactly. That's
gotta get that
exactly
book.
what the book I teach, man. So that's exactly why it'll preach to you when you read it, when you look at it, you when you if you stop and you really look at how Mongoose the approach the situation to the way what Nancy doing him. It make you think like you don't always have to solve things with violence. You don't always have to be angry. You don't always have to, yeah, you
Yeah,
could get a little upset, you could get a little frustrated, you could get a little disappointed, but don't let
yeah.
that knock you down. You know what I mean? You still have whatever it is that you're learning at the moment, you still have that. I learned this lesson right here came from two situations. One, the publisher. Two, a situation with my father. So from those two things, I was able to be motivated and leave my art walk through how I was feeling and my emotions and write the book, and the book turned out to be real good. Every time I leave somebody like that real close to me read the book, or read the words to the books or the lyrics or whatever you want to call it, then they
okay.
be like, yo, this is a real good book, and the plot twist will come so good and it'll come in so clean. You know what I mean? Because it'll show you that once you take the knowledge that you gain and you apply it, you will, you know what I mean? You will prosper. It's just simple. You will prosper. You will see success. And that's how you want to preach to children at this point. You know what I mean? Just because
Got
it's
you.
hard at the moment, that don't mean it's going to be hard forever. Take the hard stuff that happening, you know what I mean, and try your best to learn from it. Because that's what I had to do with my publisher. You know what I mean? I was a little upset that I like I had to buy my book from him. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
That's
ah,
crazy.
that
Yeah,
be
that's
fucked up.
crazy.
That be
yeah, yeah,
yo. I
yeah,
mean, that's what you just see going on with the artists and the
yeah, exactly.
industry.
Even in the music industry, you know what I mean? So I had to buy my book from him. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with that, because me design the book, me put the book together, me pour a bunch. He had all rights for that. He put his money where his mouth was, a check, and he did an amazing job. You know what I mean? I just provided the content, and when you look at it, if I didn't provide that content, realistically, that book, I ain't saying any
Yeah,
book,
that
but
book
that
wouldn't
book
be out.
wouldn't have been,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So I had to look at it from a standpoint as he ain't a bad person. Nothing he doing is bad, but you're lazy and you could do it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
there you
So
go.
figure it out.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
What age
Perspective.
you think? What age
Exactly.
you would say the book for though?
I would say the book is for 8-year-olds to read, eight and up to read on their own, and then eight down you could read to them,
Okay.
explain to them, and the book have a food for thought app page where there's questions, so
Yeah.
teachers could use it to teach lessons and reading comprehension and
Oh,
stuff like
everything.
that.
Cover it up. Cover it up.
Yeah.
You should
Mm.
come take this book for your curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, a
I
little
like
bit,
it.
but they also have for people who for like the new age. I wouldn't say new age, but for people who don't know our backstory and our culture, where we from and who we are, what I'm saying, in terms of just Caribbean. 'Cause I didn't single out just the Virgin Islands. In terms of the Caribbean, there's in the front there's a map, and then there's a small snippet of a history of, like, what I mean, just to give them a quick understanding of where the stories of Anansi
Right.
come from, and there's a map that shows you which part of Africa and shows you the Caribbean. So people are in um previewed or educated on Caribbean and those type of stuff, they could get that information. And that little snippet come from me living up in Arizona and seeing that a lot of people don't know where a lot of these islands
True.
is, and they don't know how influenced we are, how without Africa we wouldn't be, You know what I mean? These
Yeah.
people in these
True.
islands, how much that is. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So straight up.
That's dope, dog. The man doing a whole lot more than I thought, oh boy. Man get a lot going on. Yeah, a lot.
It's good. It's good though.
It's a little
But
bit, man. It's a little bit compared to what people doing out
yeah, but
there,
you
dog.
can't
You know what I'm saying?
compare. You compare to you.
Man compare.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
What you
You
talking about?
can't
You
compare.
gotta
Comparison is
You
a
compare.
thief
can't
of
compare.
joy.
You go, that's compared to you, my boy. You know see it? Guess
Compar
what?
Comparison, watch out. Comparison might be the thief of joy, right? But comparison is also the motivation in your back to be something that you never see yourself being in your life.
Yeah, true. True.
It's
It depend on
Real
how you
It
look
talk.
at
depends.
it.
It
Depend on how you look
depends.
at it.
No, it depends who you comparing yourself to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta
That's
pick
true.
somebody. You gotta be chasing a grade. You know what I mean? A
Mm-hmm.
little shop,
Exactly.
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, no doubt. But all of that, like if you watch the Jordan series, you see that too. The man literally used to just compare himself to every and
Yeah, yeah,
anything,
yeah.
anything that was in his way. It was a healthy, competitive
Everything I was
insight.
pissed, yeah, and that
Mm-hmm.
pissed me off. I took
Yeah.
I took that personally. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? So he was
yeah.
just going hard. He was going hard all the time. That's definitely what I learned from that is
Sure.
so
I feel that.
real
I
talking
feel
boy,
that.
like
The
yeah.
man,
Man,
so I see the man win a little award, well, a big award. I didn't mean to say little award. I see,
It's a
nah,
little
man,
hard, man.
everything is good, you know. 'Cause a lot of man write book and they ain't win nothing yet, you know.
That's true.
So talk to us a
That's
little
true.
bit about the award that you won.
I mean, the reason why I repeat over what you say and say a little award is because um just like what I tell you when in the beginning the publisher approached me and what's not, and he approached me with getting the book and what's not, his his pitch was that I gonna get an award for it, like right off the bat.
So that
You
was
know what
like
I'm
a
saying?
guarantee something?
Mm-hmm. Because I would be um putting my craft into the governor's reading challenge, and that would be
Okay.
cultural,
I
like you know
feel
what I
that, I
mean,
feel you.
like your check. So it would fit to be a book because it's for our culture. So easily I had beat out a lot of other books with the script that I had and the information and
Yeah.
the voice and the words that I was using in the dialect. So I get an award for that. But as you know, it will kind of like I had to sell myself short in order to get a book, because I'd have to, in order for me to get an award, I have to do the book with him. You know what I mean? Because I ain't never do a book before, so I didn't know where to go about starting with a
Right.
book. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, I was real hesitant. Like what I tell you, it took me a while to sign the contract. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it was just a flat payment, and then boom, like you get half in the front, and then half when the book finish and they launch out, and then it done. You know what I mean? After that day, I'd have to hustle my own books to make more money off of it. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. So I had to sell myself short, but with me selling myself short, I had to also tell myself one thing. If you do this right now, and actually, I ain't gonna even take too much credit for it because it was my wife. My wife is who look at me and say, you could do it. I think it's a good idea. But if you do this right now, you need to make sure that writing books going to be something in the future, and you need to make sure that you pay attention to what this man is doing and learn as much as
Yeah.
you can. You know what I mean?
hmm
So when wifey tell me that, I snap
Yeah.
straight up. I snap. I start to pay attention to everything he was doing, from the way how he set up the book, to the way how he labeled the books, to the way how he designed it. You know what I mean? I look at ways how I could do it better, how I could brand it, how I can, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The people he talked to, you know what I mean? The way how he put it out and stuff like that. And I just look at ways that it would be feasible for me. And I just find ways to do it whereby it's good for me. And I also keep that professionalism that he didn't teach me, but I was able to pick up from him, like as a publisher, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. It take me a while, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog.
So yeah,
Dog. Happy
straight
that a
up.
man get somebody or some people in Ghana that actually pushing and supporting, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would probably just say, um, yeah, dog, don't worry about that, dog. Just focus on your job, whatever job you get now, and just keep doing that for the rest of your
Mm-hmm.
life. A lot of people start stuff, and because they don't have the support, that man just stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really good that you have people in your corner that are backing you and giving you advice, talking to you about your craft and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like the man. Man, like the people that I have around me right now, that are just the people that I talk to on a daily basis, which is only family and probably like a few people I ain't family, which is like KJ,
Yeah.
which is my right
So
hand
it's
man. You know what I
almost
mean?
like
Like
family still.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, I'm basically like family man, like a brother. So you know what I mean. And the funny thing is, I could say I had to work for him. You know what I mean? 'Cause I had to do graphic design too with KJ design. You check. But the funny thing is, when I was in college, I used to manage a band, and he was in the band. You know what I mean? Meaning if I ever hear about Frontline.
Yeah, I hear about
But
them.
yeah. So I used to manage that band, and he used to be in that band. So now it reverses flip. You know what I mean? It flipped. So now I working for him. You
Right.
check, but it real good it real good, man. Like I all I gotta do is say thank God, you know what I mean? I make sure I just give praises to the man up
Yeah.
above, you know what I mean, for giving me the ability to learn, because that's the only reason why I making it this far every day,
For
because I
sure.
just constantly learning. So yeah, man. But when I'm ready to write a book, let me know.
It's
Yeah,
about
man.
the add you on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah,
You gotta
man.
know,
Yeah.
man.
My name
Yeah.
is Yohance Henley. Just type it in right here. You
Got
should see
you.
a picture of me, boy. Right, one time.
You should see our
Yeah,
friend request pop up. Just know.
Yeah, man.
yeah, man.
That's really dope, dog. You think
Yeah.
do you see that like as part of your, I don't want to say as part of your, yeah, part of your future. Do you see it as your career? Do you see yourself quitting like your job and just writing book and just living off of that? If that have to happen, that's something you want.
Man, crazy part is right. Uh, on like when I dropped the book, my assistant project manager was pretty happy, and he was like, "Yo, soon you gonna quit working with us, and you're gonna be doing architecture no more, and you're gonna just be sitting home writing books. So I have to get one, and I have to get signed because you're gonna be famous." And I like, "Yo, like you jumped me way too far ahead of life, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like the book ain't even out yet. I ain't even see how people really like it. But
You see, no.
to I would yeah, I see now, but I would like to do that, but I can't see myself quitting at the company that I at, my boy. I'm gonna take care of us. They to look out for us. The CEO know my name. When I publish my book, he comment on it. Like, you can't go wrong with people who know you,
True.
you know what I'm saying, with,
Facts.
with people who they really like, you know what I'm saying? Like I done
Genuine.
been in, yeah, the man. I've been in the hallway at time like 3 months into walking there. Hey, and I've been on the phone, and this man, like, he heard me because I was dealing with like a family problem. And when he passed by, he said, "Yohance, are you okay?" I was like, I had to watch the man, my boy, you know my name, dog. Like, you run this whole thing, this building is yours, dog. Like, you know my name. You know, like, so I like, yeah, I fine. He like, okay, just let me know if you need anything. You know what I'm saying? So is I can't see my, in order for me to quit, they got fire me, or they got start to treat me where the check,
See.
but I'm gonna treat your boy bad. I'm gonna keep it G with me, you know what I mean? So quitting ain't an option. But I do see myself writing. I want to have books and books. I want to have a lot of books. I want to be like the Caribbean Dr. Seuss. Cause
Say.
the
Hey.
first book, yeah,
That's what
man.
you
Wow.
talking about.
Because
That's
the first this book here that I just self-published, that's a rhyming book. So the book rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you hear me say lyrics when I was
True.
talking
Okay.
about it. You know what I mean? Because it goes together nice, it'll flow real smooth. You know what I'm saying? I'll read a little
Oh
excerpt from the
God, let you get
first
some
page, man. Just to
bars.
give.
Let you get
hey,
some
let's
bars.
I
start.
ain't do this
Let
on
you
no
get
other.
some
I ain't do
exclusive
this on no
content,
other.
people.
Exclusive,
Pause the video right now and make
exclusive.
sure you like and subscribe, man. Pause the video now and make sure you like, subscribe, and support my boy
Uh,
Yohance. You get
yeah,
some
man. You don't know,
bars.
but okay. So the book starts off, pretty nice and pretty simple. Let me tell you a story about Anansi the trickster. He was always jealous and filled with greed. He would reap your crops, but never planted a seed. Worst of all, he was very lazy. He'd always find ways to outsmart his friends. I mean, it's crazy. Not everyone fell for Anansi's tricks, like his good friend named Mongoose, and boy, he was slick. And that's all I can
I
do.
just getting into it. I just getting into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's fire. It's
That's
fire.
it.
That was the
Yeah,
fire.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, man. That's
you
that's what the
Yeah,
kids love.
you want
That's
to
what
say
the
that's
kids.
how the mongoose about to go. I don't know, boy.
Mongoose is a man. When I write mongoose like myself, like just you know what I mean. When people you loyal to people, you committed to people, and they taking advantage of you, they treating you bad, they cutting you short, and you just kind of just sit there and instead of like being upset or angry, because most of all you disappointed or you distorted, like you know what I mean. Like why you even treating me like they said, like point blank. You know what I mean? You could tell me what really happening and I'd fully understand and I'll still deal with you check. But because you ain't even gonna tell me, you just gonna cut off the top or you gonna just set things up with you win in the end, ain't gonna you know what I mean? Like so it's just like, all right, well I gonna just sit, I gonna learn and then I gonna bounce.
Yeah, dog.
That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Dog, that's crazy. Well, you're a
So
talented dude, you know, boy. You can't think of something the man ever tried that he was bad at, you know, boy. That I could.
let me think of it.
I never
Tennis.
see a man play tennis, so tennis a hard thing,
and it's
so.
hard though. And it's
I
hard.
bought it.
Yeah, man, I
sometimes,
see
but
some
don't
video.
step
I
on
see
a
some. I see some man snap it up. Down UVI, I remember, man.
yeah, man. I'll
And this
step on
ping
you.
You,
pong
you
hard
wanna
and them
water?
kick
You
hard.
wanna water? You wanna water?
No, you ain't ready for it, boy. If I hit my spin, slam on you,
Oh,
my
the
boy, you
man
ain't go.
get signature moves, man.
Man, Navy move, better watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man,
Man,
spin
be
slam.
telling me a story you
You
help
got
hang in there.
yeah, man. While walking on my boy, shoulder alone, that shoulder alone. You can ask
Oh
Goombas about it.
God.
Ask him. You know what them man. But yeah, man. I kind of happy that like I'm more happy that I could because realistically, right, the people that really supporting me is people around my age. So it's showing me a
Yeah.
different vibe. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people around our ages who really buying my book, dog. You know what I mean? Of course I have a couple elders, but
That's good
yeah,
though.
dog.
That's
And
huge. That's
yeah, and as I tell you, like I don't have the big engine of government, so that might be a reason you check. And I hoping that somebody from the government do reach out to me, you know what I mean? Or I might reach out to them. But realistically, I ain't trying to sit wait for validation because I
Right.
don't need it. I just need to keep dropping my books. You know what I mean? And all I need them to do is use it for what they need to use it for. You know what I'm saying? I don't need like any whole heap of praises. I don't need any of that. I just want
co-sign.
it to, yeah, I don't need none of that. I just need it to fit wherever I need to fit to be justice to the youth them, you know what I mean, in the Virgin Islands. Because realistically, man, like a lot of us ain't cut out for school, man. They ain't
Sure.
want to understand that.
Sure.
You
It's
know what I
hard
mean?
for man
Now
to
you get
understand
that.
that.
Now we about to pod.
It's hard for
We
man
about
to
to pod
understand that.
now.
They ain't want to understand that. I could tell you straight up, my boy. Like before I leave the island, I had got an award for being I got a Black History Award. That's probably the highest award. That's the only award I ever get from Eudoric, my boy. And that pissed me off. You know what I mean? Because years later, my boy, I almost break my hand for that football team. You know what I mean? And you check like I went on Wasi with the baseball. You know what I mean? Basically carrying the team on my own. You check, like couldn't get no accolades, and that used to be in ROTC. I used to have the place lit. Everybody used to listen to me. Barely used to get any awards, and highest I get was like a rank as captain. Wow, I can't really. I was very mischievous. I used to do a lot of nonsense. So you know, bad vibes with ROTC. But I just feel like I resent my high school a lot simply because I feel like I do enough or I was good enough to get some type of award, like some type of athletic award. And man ain't give me nothing, but I was like a pebble in the sand, like everybody else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And every time I used to come down Charlotte, that man used to show your boy so much love, man, boy. I used to step on Charlotte, and that man used to move like I was a celebrity. He used to be like, "What wrong with you, my boy? You know how to go to the school? I had to beat every weekend. You
Should
understand
I
that?
come to
You
the
check?
good side, dog? You know, get some
Yeah,
accolades, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't about to admit anything, but I ain't no comment. No
Should I
comment, dog.
come to the
No
only
comment.
high school, dog?
Yeah, no comment. But yeah, though. So when a man had give me that award right before I leave, it had for a split second it had made me think I'm not leaving, you check, because of how much love I was getting. But instead I said, nah, I gonna still go. You know what I mean? Cause this might be a false sense of deception to
Yeah.
bow to something, like, because I was scared leaving the island. I was scared. I never lived any place else
I been
before.
scared
You know
too,
what I mean? It's
son.
my
I
first.
can't lie.
Yeah, but it turns out that um like what the people at my company to say, like, yo, like, how much times you gonna come out the fire? How much projects they done show me, and it was horrible, and I just come out bearing wolf's head and lion's neck, my boy. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, listen, we don't, like, you don't complain, you don't fret, you don't nothing. All you doing is looking for the light. All you doing is looking for the silver lining. All you doing is pushing. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like, nah, I can't lead this company. You know what I mean? That man see what I capable of, but realistically, when I get an award from Eudorican, I went up on the stage and I let a man know, like, yo, yeah, as an author, but I don't like to read. And much worse, like a year ago, 3 years ago from now, but when I was telling them, when I was giving a speech, a year ago, I find out that I was in special ed reading in elementary, the man.
Sure.
Yeah, right?
That's it.
But why realize,
Today,
yeah, it crazy,
Anything
right?
possible,
Crazy, right?
dog.
yo,
Yeah, but why realize, right, is exact. You're gonna see how the story build up to place right into what I say in the beginning. But so what I realize is I had a lot of kids in there that when I tell them, like, you know what I mean, that's what happened. But I didn't know. The teachers never tell me. Now, I mean, they didn't make me feel anyway. They didn't make me feel like I was dumb. But I was in the class and I was wilding, my boy. I feel it's like smartest man in that class, dog. Like, I was like, yo, like, man's in upper level type of reading. When I used to leave the classroom, when everybody else like, okay, it's reading time, and I used to leave and I used to go down by the next class, and the man used to be like, yeah, man. I used to tell him, yeah, man, I ain't a top-notch reader, my boy. Real talk, man. This man's in the top. I ain't even know I went special ed reading, my boy. You check? Wild, dog. Wild, wild, wild. You know what I'm saying? And back then, it wasn't because
yo,
you couldn't read. Funny, right? But back then, it wasn't because I couldn't read. It was because I couldn't read fast. It was how much words you had read per minute, you check? So almost like, once again, they're judging a fish to climb a tree. You know what I'm saying? They ain't asking me if I understand why I reading. Or they asking me how fast I could read them. Boy, does it matter? Doesn't matter how fast I go. But that's how the education system set up. Fast forward now, I in college, my boy. I went in special ed or remedial math. That's what they call it. They call math 24 wherever. I had to take that class like 3 times. I failed it 3 times, my boy. Failed math 24 3 times.
Hmm.
3 times that. Mans were like back to back like Drake, my boy. I went in hard every time. Collect that F like it was just food stuff or something that, you know what I'm saying? When but all of this kind of bring me to a simple thing, my boy. None of it is based on your level of competency 90% of the time.
facts.
It's the simple fact that you're most probably lazy. You're not applying yourself. You know what I'm
True.
saying? You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't committing, because once I started to do that, I went from being in a special ed reading class, you know what I mean, quickly after I started getting courage from the teacher, to regular reading. You know what I'm saying? Because she realized, like, yo, you ain't dumb. You ain't have no capability of reading. You just take your time and read. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like you can't pronounce the words. You just ain't speeding through it. You know what I mean? You reading to understand. And when I was doing a math, it was like I take a summer course. I had to come out my pocket, and that's when it had clicked to me, like, yo, you got past this. And that's when I realized, math ain't hard, my boy. I just had need to dedicate myself, you know what I mean, to the simple fact that I had like 3 more classes to graduate, and all 3 of them were math. Yeah, check. They were like, yo, you just got,
Wake up.
yeah, like you just had, you
Yeah.
just been lazy with this one, you know what I mean, subject, you know what I mean? So it goes back to when I say I lose out with my first book because I was lazy,
True.
you know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. You gotta wake up. You gotta, you know what I mean. You gotta pay attention. You gotta see your weaknesses and call yourself out on it, cause it's fine. Once you call yourself out on your weaknesses, you can start to work at them. Now, me and nobody else ain't gonna be able to tell you what you is, what you lack, or who you is. You know what I mean. You already know
True.
it. So you know when you know when you're messing up. You know when you're lacking, and you know when you need to step up. You know what I mean?
That self-reflecting is a tough pill to swallow though. Feeling
Definitely.
you gotta reach a certain maturity level, cause you can't point fingers. You are where you are because of you at the end of the day, and then that's like the toughest one to can't be mad at nobody else but yourself. You just be like, psh, wow, low key a little
Hands down.
depression, cause I could have been forward and I just been here wasting time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, hands down, real talk. That's why that's a lot that I had to learn. And boy, that would, hey, watch out, right? I'll never forget when I figure out that when especially reading, my boy, man was still in college.
Yeah.
Bump into this teacher. She telling me she's so happy. No, I wasn't in college. I was out of college, and she telling me how happy I is, and she couldn't see. She can't even imagine. It's amazing, and it's a miracle how I was in remedial reading, and now as an author, I had to tell her,
Wait,
wait, slow
what?
down. What the fuck you just? I had to tell, wait, hold the fuck up. What the fuck you just said? Repeat yourself, please, because I don't think I really understand what you just tell me. Yeah, she said yes. The class you were in, that's why you were brighter than the rest of the students. They misplace you, something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You just wasn't a fast reader. And the way how they would, the education system was back then, like that's how they used to kind of place you and grade you. I was like, so I wasn't special. I thought I was smart, dog. Nah, you were smart, man.
See who you been comparing yourself against. You know that about to.
Yeah, but hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it shows, man. Like that like you. Hey, watch all right. My life is full of jokes, my boy. I feel like that's why my wife is with me, my boy. Like it'll just be fun. It'll be funny, my boy. It'll be funny to see me and see how I react and see how I talk
Dog,
about things. Like
I see
crazy,
I
my
see
boy.
your wife tagging you in a heck right that say you something with Rockman you can never they don't have more they get more than one girl all the time. Basically that's the heck. And the man comment
Yeah.
the man
It's
comment
like,
the man say,
like a government car.
yeah.
You just give it back. Like Rockman is like government car. You only get him for a little while. You only get him for the 4 years that you're in. And then you gotta give the car back.
Yo, you.
And she asked me, yeah, my wife. Hey, look, no, me and my wife crack a lot of jokes. But man, will be like, getting married young is like a bad thing. But man, look, no, you, that man fuck up, boy. That's how I feel. I find I capture the right one. You know what I mean? She likes sports. She understands sports. That's all I really needed. She take care of the boy. You know what I'm saying? She'll feed the boy. She'll motivate me. She'll push me. You know what I mean? I'd try to replicate all the things that she'll do for me for her. You know what I'm saying? But most of all, like the jokes will just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll be crazy, man. And when she tell me that I had to comment back because me on private message, if you get balls to shoot thing like that on Facebook, I hope you're ready. Because I had to tell her straight up, like I ain't with a rock man, so I don't know. You check, you with a rock man, so you need to tell me. You check, you know what I mean? Let me know if I set up a man copy, because you know.
Yo, what tips you for the viewers on how to have a healthy marriage? How long you have been married?
We've been married a year now, but we've been together for like 8-9 years. I hope I don't get in trouble,
That's
but yeah.
solid. That's solid. Cause I hear the first year is the toughest stuff. You agree or disagree with that?
I don't agree with that. Well, my circumstances, I felt like I was engaged for a year and then now been married for a year. Realistically, I've been with my wife for throughout basically my whole college career. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was married for a long time, to be honest. So my hard years passed, I guess, how I look at it. The hard years that should have been hard, like because when you meet somebody when you're older, I realized the things I had to learn and go through come when we were just together, and you know what I mean, we wasn't married, so we ain't had our kind of other really heavy things to work on. Like we ain't had a lot of distractions, so we were in college, we could have take our time and argue and work on ourselves, you know what I'm saying? But when you out and you have work and you have bills and I couldn't imagine getting to know her, getting to meet her, getting to know all the things and get used to all of these different things. Likewise, she to me, because I ain't easy to deal with. You know what I mean? And and her dealing with all of that while trying to balance life in itself and just being an individual. That's why I think sometimes the trickery of this life is that we constantly thinking that we have to live this life without we looking to have fun and enjoy and experience all kind of different things that will just mislead you more and more and more and more and turn you into different people and give you experiences that you shouldn't have experienced because you busy opening yourself to any and everything and get people telling you you're young, experience this. No, you're young. God, your fucking self. Make sure you don't get your chest bust more than twice. You know, real talk.
I
Because
don't
that's
argue.
hot.
Everybody need that one though. Everybody need that one bust chest. I feel like that bust
You
chest.
hear what I said though?
Yeah, he used it
Hold on.
twice.
Choose the limit.
Yeah.
Choose the limit.
Yeah. Choose your limit, my boy. You get your chest bust twice. I don't think you're doing life wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You just like it at this point. No.
You talk. You like that boss chest. That boss chest that really warm your heart. So yeah. I mean, so that's my thing. You know what I mean? Like life right now, is so much more peaceful than what it was, and I I married the woman that I know I will go marry. I think that's the basic thing why I settle myself down because I will, you know what I mean? I peep games, she show me vibe, and I like, all right, if you could keep this same energy throughout the couple of years, if you could hold it down like this throughout these prime years for me, I'll give you back those years and more. That's how I was. That's how I look at it. So when she pop with all of my bullshit through college, I was like, it don't matter what you do. You bust my chest 5 times in a row. You get me. You get.
Black
Back
King, man.
back
Hear it. Hear it.
Listen, don't give them one no idea of busting a man chest 5 times, you know. Don't give them no idea.
Listen to me and listen
No,
to me.
you don't know.
Listen to me and listen to me good. You hear what I say? If you could give me and pop with all of my shit through college and through the first 5 years, not knowing my intentions after all of that, and you could still treat me good, do as you please when it's your turn. You know what I mean? When I propose to you, you get a ring and I deal with you right. You know what I mean? By all means, you know what I mean? I pay how I look at it, and I don't want things wrong when it comes to relationship, but I try to make a relationship seem like a business ship because it's easier to understand from a man perspective. But how I look at it is like I in debt to my woman because she stand by me when I was young, stupid, immature, lazy, dumb. You know what I mean? Like all the bad things that you could have possibly have. You know what I mean? She was good to your boy. So now, you know what I mean? How I look at it is I in debt. You know what I mean? And I gonna make sure I pay my debt because that's just the type of man I is, you know what I mean? But more than in debt, I in love. So it's easier. You know what I mean? Easier to pay your dues. So boom. Like for all I say, you know what I mean? You deal with me good for 5 good years while I was a fucking idiot, narcissistic, egotistical, hothead. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with me and you take care of me and you show me things and you teach me things, you know what I mean? And you show me love. So don't think that when I get better, I gonna just bounce. I had to tell her all the time, you know what I'm saying? This relationship gonna end when you want it to end. I with you. You know what I mean? I ain't want to go back in the sun and search through the sun and look for the piece
Ain't nothing
of
out there for you.
yeah. I don't want to go back to the sun to look for the one piece of grain that is sparkle.
I ain't believe you, dog.
I good. Oh yeah, there ain't nothing nice, especially a rock girl out there that done been through. Oh God, that man the boss, just like shotgun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo.
So if I gonna get my chest boss, I rather get boss from my
before we post this
shotgun.
video, I gotta just cut out that clip and that gonna be the preview, dog. Them rock girl bust chest like shotgun.
Yeah, man, I stand on my word, man, boy. I don't see them girl in action. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's the best, you know what I'm saying? But I just say them girl better. That's all I saying. Damn, Ras, crab grapes, my son. Did the boy what, you know? What? Don't, and I don't want to get to them cruise girl, my son. They are dangerous, boy. Triple agent, quadruple agent. Them girl will bust multiple chests at once, man. Them man is real top notch. CIA.
Dog.
Yeah, man. Them man is grenade. Them girl is rocket launcher. Them man will take everything out. So,
About
yeah,
busting
man.
down your whole household, your whole household, just
Yeah,
everybody.
just, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, as I tell you, man, hey, my life is jokes alone. Droppers done
So you
ice
give us a
stays and
goblet or
jokes time, man. I serious too, but
you give us a goblet?
right. Huh? No, you still trying to get me to do this dance, boy. Hey, Deshaun them man gonna be laughing at this. Like, that goblin dance used to go wild, my boy. Listen, I ain't do that thing
Nah,
in years, man. I
try
ain't
a
about to
little
be
thing,
out there.
goblet before we bust off, man.
Not, not at all, droppers. You can't get that one from me. Probably when I get
Oh
old, I have a cane or
God.
something, and I want to drop.
Since
I don't know.
since he ain't gonna dance before we bust up, we always ask the artists them top 5 rappers or what we do artists, top 5 artists.
Top 5
Yeah, the
artists?
one yeah, your top 5.
Hold on.
Top 5
You know
artists.
anybody else back home not doing books?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do.
Top
I
five.
do.
Top 5.
But that's like top 5 artists back home.
Yeah, the spot quick.
Okay, top 5 artists back home.
Whatever
Artists
you
and
want to put in
writers or
it.
just artists? Okay,
Yeah,
top
stop,
5.
ready?
Top 5 authors, writers, or
Okay.
storytellers. I'll do that.
Okay.
Mhm. So top
This
5
is 5 or
Rick
this
Grant.
is 1?
That's a This is 5, but it's 3 categories: writers,
Okay.
authors, and storytellers. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you the title with the name. So Rick Grant, number 1. That's I would say that's top author. 2, then that's a storyteller. Actually no, number 2 would be Kwabena, of course, as a storyteller. Number 3 would be Nanaja as a storyteller. You check? You feel
I
me?
hear you.
With you.
4 would be Amaziah as a writer. Amaziah George as a writer. You know what I'm saying? Like writing journals, writing news, that type of stuff. And the 5th one, I would put Jekyll Michaels, because for the short time that I had teacher while I had teacher, she stood out tremendously.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
And then
dope.
I put in a little bonus because I had a youth man that I know for a fact will go very
Special
far,
mention.
but he pursuing baseball real hard. His name is Orvin Dorset. That's definitely a bonus in terms of like the arts, acting, storytelling, those type of stuff. Yeah, man, you get some very talented people back on the island. That's why like I'm willing to give whatever I have back. I hope, you know what I mean, if I have young storytellers or young children I want to write books, I hope some teachers reach out to me like, yo, you know what I mean, like I want my class to compose a book I'll like, listen to me, I would dedicate me and my dad. I would be like, yo, we gonna dedicate this here to this situation. You know what I
Right.
mean? And have the whole class, each of them create a story, you know what I mean? Like a short story, like a page story, you know what I'm saying? And then I get my illustrator to illustrate the story with one image. And we create a book for that class and stuff like that. It's just a lot of crazy things that I'll be thinking about. That's my way of giving back, showing the youth them that, yo, you could do these things, you know what I'm saying? These things possible. You know what I mean? And for anybody else who want to do it, you check. As I said before, if you're moving local, and when I say local, I mean Caribbean. If you're doing anything with you have a local illustrator, local graphic designer or anything like that, you have me as a book coach. The minute you have somebody from the mainland, or you hire anybody from the
Oh,
mainland,
got him.
and if I get, yeah, you got to pay me.
There you go.
You got to pay me. Straight up.
That's dope, dog. The man really doing good things, dog, and I proud of the man for real. Man come from far. No,
Big up. Love alone.
facts, dog.
Give time.
Before
Don't
we
know.
bust off, tell the people them where they can find you on social media, where they can find your books, your website, all of that.
You can find me on social media on Facebook at yohancehenley.com. That's YOHAN. I mean, not .com, Yohance Henley. That's YO. You can find my book there at yohancehenley.com. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of jumbling up now, but you can find me on Facebook, Yohance Henley, YOHANCEHENLEY. You can find my books on www.yohancehenley.com. That's YOHANCEHENLEY.com. You can find me on Instagram as Yohansom. I don't want nobody adding me on Snapchat. Snapchat is for the devil. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them type of problems. I have a good life. You know what I'm saying? Good marriage. I good. I don't want them type of problems. Snapchat is the devil. But yeah, you know what I mean? So that's that. I don't have no Twitter. I don't know how to use it. But yeah, Facebook. Yeah, I'm saying? You can holler at your boy on Facebook.
What am I doing? The Ace! Ace! Ace!